Hello, my name is David Mandel, Executive Vice President of the Waters Center for Systems Thinking. I'm going to share more about our approach to strategic listening to drive impactful change. The Waters Center has been in service of education systems and organizations in the private and public sectors for 35 years. We help others solve problems by applying systems thinking habits and tools because to solve complex challenges and to change systems, we need to think in systems. Peter Senge, a pioneer in organizational learning, emphasized that the only sustainable competitive advantage is an organization's ability to learn faster than the competition. Strategic listening is one powerful way that organizations can cultivate that advantage. It enables learning in an organic, human centered way, gathering both quantitative and qualitative insights to inform meaningful action. In today's environment, defined by complexity, uncertainty, siloed systems, and a constant need for adaptability, the voices within your system have never been more important. Strategic listening helps us surface those voices, strengthen connections, and align your organization around shared understanding and forward momentum. Strategic listening is more than just collecting feedback or conducting a survey. It's a focused and intentional process of gathering insights from the key voices within your organization or community, especially those closest to the work, the challenges, and the opportunities. By designing purposeful conversations and creating space for authentic dialogue, strategic listening reveals patterns, surfaces insights, and strengthens relationships across the system. It's not just about hearing, it's about learning, connecting, and laying the groundwork for action that matters. Strategic listening becomes transformational when it's grounded in systems thinking. Systems thinking helps us see beyond individual comments or isolated issues. It allows us to connect insights to broader system patterns, understand the relationships and interdependencies at play, and identify leverage points for lasting change. When we listen through a systems lens, we don't just collect data, we surface meaning. We begin to understand how small voices echo across big systems and how shared learning can lead to collective movement. That echo reflects how one perspective can reveal patterns, inspire reflection, or shift understanding across departments, teams, or entire organizations. In a system, no voice exists in isolation. Each one can inform and influence the whole. This is where strategic listening shifts from an exercise in input to a strategy for impact. Strategic listening isn't just about asking questions. It's a structured process rooted in purpose, relationships, and systems awareness. If you're ready to bring the benefits of strategic listening to your organization, the Water Center is ready to provide guidance and support backed by years of experience. We begin by defining the challenge or opportunity clearly and collaboratively. Then we design purpose driven dialogues that invite multiple perspectives into the room, not just to speak, but to think and learn together. We facilitate inclusive, structured conversations that surface what people know, feel, and perceive. From there, we analyze insights through a systems thinking lens, looking for patterns, interconnections, and areas of tension for opportunity. Finally, we deliver findings in a way that sparks action and builds capacity, transforming individual contributions into collective learning and momentum. This isn't just a feedback loop, it's a learning loop that strengthens the whole system. Strategic listening does more than inform leadership, it activates learning across the system. When people engage in structured, purposeful dialogue, they begin to hear each other in new ways. They share stories, uncover common challenges, and recognize patterns that often go unnoticed. This isn't just about gathering input, it's about building shared understanding. As people speak and listen, they start to see how their experiences connect, and they begin to co create meaning together. Leaders gain valuable insights, but perhaps more importantly, the people within the system begin to see themselves as part of something larger. And that shift from isolated perspectives to collective awareness is where the real change begins. Following our professionally facilitated sessions, clients receive reports that don't simply summarize what was said, they reflect how the system functions. We go beyond quotes and statistics to surface key themes, points of tension, and relationships that shape the current reality. Using systems thinking, we organize insights in ways that reveal deeper meaning, patterns, feedback loops, and leverage points for action. This means our reports don't just inform decisions, they invite reflection, conversation, and alignment. They become a mirror showing the system to itself. The result? Reports that are actionable, insightful, and rooted in the complexity of real organizational life, not just a collection of data, but a roadmap for meaningful change. A synthesis that reflects the actual voices of the system. The result? Reports that are actionable, insightful, and rooted in the complexity of real organizational life, not just a collection of data, but a roadmap for meaningful change. What sets our approach apart is how deeply systems thinking informs every step of the process. We begin with a holistic view, understanding the full context of the challenge or opportunity. From there, we create dialogues that are intentionally designed to spark learning, not just feedback. We use the habits of a systems thinker as both a design guide and a learning scaffold. These habits help participants slow down their thinking, consider multiple perspectives, look for patterns over time, and identify the underlying structures driving behavior. They don't just inform how we listen, they shape how people in the system begin to see and think differently. Alongside the habits, we bring in practical tools of systems thinking, like behavior over time graphs, connection circles, and causal loop diagrams to help surface interdependencies, clarify complexity, and visually map the forces at work in your system. The result is that insights aren't just heard, they're organized, explored, and acted on in ways that build clarity, confidence, and momentum. And most importantly, we build your organization's own capacity to think systemically. This isn't just a service, it's an investment in your people, your culture, and your ability to adapt and lead with clarity in a complex world. Strategic listening is most powerful when organizations are navigating change, growth, or complexity and need clarity, connection, and direction. It's especially valuable during a leadership transition when new or incoming leaders want to build trust and gain a deeper understanding of the current system. It also supports community engagement when you need to hear from a diverse range of stakeholders and foster a sense of inclusion and shared purpose. During an organizational change initiatives, strategic listening helps align people across departments, uncover resistance points, and surface creative ideas from within. And when it comes to employee engagement, it creates space for honest dialogue, strengthens relationships, and builds the conditions for long-term commitment and growth. In each of these contexts, the combination of listening and systems thinking reveals what's happening beneath the surface and creates the foundation for informed systemic action. When organizations engage in systems-informed strategic listening, they don't just collect data, they shift how the system sees itself. You'll gain a holistic understanding of your system, not just isolated feedback, but a rich picture of how relationships, perspectives, and structures interact to shape your current reality. You'll see stronger relationships emerge as people feel heard, respected, and connected through shared learning. And those relationships become the foundation for collaboration and trust. You'll also identify innovative solutions and actionable leverage points, ideas and opportunities that might have remained hidden without a systems lens. Most importantly, because of this reinforcing loop, your organization becomes more resilient. You'll build the capacity to listen, reflect, and adapt as a system, positioning you to lead change with clarity and purpose. If your organization is ready to move beyond fragmented feedback and one-time surveys, if you're ready to truly learn from the voices within your system, strategic listening can be your catalyst for meaningful change. Let's start a conversation about how we can support your goals, deepen your organizational learning, and turn listening into lasting impact. You can reach us through our website at watercenterst.org or by emailing info@watercenterst.org. We'd love to explore what's possible together.